Hi, this is Andreas with Technically Speaking at Source Allies. Today we're going to talk about psychological safety, specifically in the context of onboarding a new teammate to your team. Okay, let's get started. I think it's very important on the first day that somebody joins your team that you pair with them. And that pair is going to be more difficult than most. They don't know anyone on your team, they don't know your business, they don't know your technology. That can be very intimidating. A lot of teams start by onboarding by giving someone a list of links, maybe a Confluence page, a few READMEs, and instructions for setting up a workspace. These are important things. You need to get that information through to the new teammate. However, they don't need to do it alone. Take the time to pair with them. Take the time to walk them through the steps. Take the time to sit beside them and help update the documentation. It's more than a one-man job getting someone into a team and fully spun up so that they can work and commit. Take the time to sit with them, and they'll feel the warm embrace of your team. They'll feel welcome. Bookmarks do not give a proper welcome. You need to pair with them. So please, on the first day, nay, the first week, the first month, please pair with your new teammate. Don't leave them high and dry. Okay, how do you pair on that first day? The first rule has to be no gatekeeping. It doesn't matter that they're new. It doesn't matter that you've done this before. You are all on a level playing field. They can open the tickets. They can do the commits. They can merge the workspace. They can set up the environment. They are just as empowered as you are. Just because they're new doesn't mean they shouldn't feel the embrace and warmth of your team. They should feel like they are just as powerful, just as empowered as everyone else on the team. So please, don't tell them there are certain things they can't do yet. Instead, let them use your credentials, let them set up the workspace, let you assist them. You need to work together. So please, no gatekeeping on the first day, and they'll feel the embrace and the warmth of your team. They'll feel like they're one of you. They shouldn't feel like an outsider when pairing. Next is feedback. More important than any other pairing session, this first pairing session needs to have feedback. You need to know what worked and what didn't, both so you can get better and so that you can understand where they're coming from. If there's someone who works a certain way, if there's a thing you're doing that's annoying, if there's something you've explained but it didn't get through, you need that feedback. You need to get better. And they need to feel like they can give feedback. This is your opportunity to start a culture of feedback within your team. As people join your team, they should experience that culture. So ask for feedback. You can do it at the beginning, before anything's happened. Say, what is the best way to pair with you? What's the best way to teach and to learn? How can we work together? What's worked for you in the past? Have that conversation. It only takes a minute. And definitely at the end of the first day of pairing, ask, what went well? Do you feel like we were effective? Did we get enough done? How did this go for you? Ask some probing questions and make sure you get the feedback that you need and demonstrate that feedback's important to your team. The person after your first day of pairing should feel like they can speak out, that they are psychologically free, that they're safe to give feedback when they need to. It's up to you to engender that communication, to bring them into that culture. One of the best ways you can show that it's safe is by experimenting. Definitely take chances on new ideas. If there's a new way to set something up that you maybe don't even think will work, take a chance on it. Don't be afraid to fail, and you'll be demonstrating that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to try things. You don't have a culture of blame. The only way to demonstrate that safety is by doing it. Show that new ideas are valued, embrace them when they come through, and don't be afraid to experiment. The first day, you want everything to get set up. You want to onboard the new person, but don't be afraid to take a detour. Show them that their experience and their ideas are valuable. There's not just one way of doing things. And be transparent. As you sit down with this new person, there's a tendency to hold back what's really going on the team. That new feature that isn't going so well, a demo coming up that you don't feel quite ready for, the end of a project that seems to be looming. Those emotions, and those emotionally charged facts, need to come through to your new teammate. They are one of you, and they need to have all the same information that you do. So please, bring all of that context into the pair. Don't be afraid to talk it over. Don't be afraid to share that context. You'll have a much more valuable teammate for it. Nothing ever comes from hiding from your fellow teammates. They're just like you. They're sitting right beside you. When you're in this pair, remember that it's flat. This is the same as gatekeeping. It's the same slide, just worded a different way. It's very important that they feel like they're part of the team and that the team works together, that you're all working side by side. There's no junior and senior. There's no leader and follower. There might be a driver and a navigator, but there's really two people that are planning to tackle a problem and are going to work together to do that. You should be one of those people, and they should be the other. There doesn't need to be a title between you. It doesn't matter if you've been doing this for 25 years and they just got hired out of college. The two of you are going to solve the problem of them not being onboarded yet. And by the end of the day, you'll have a peer that you can depend on. Maybe the most important part of this whole talk is the positive intent. This goes for the person who is being onboarded. It's easy to assume that there are dangerous ideas or red buttons within the team or other things that should be avoided, that there's landmines everywhere and you have to be worried about where you step. Assume positive intent in the first place. Psychological safety is built on trust, and you have to take that leap of trust to know that you're amongst friends, that you're on the team, that they're not gatekeeping and keeping you away from things, that it's transparent, you know exactly what's going on. You need to know that you're part of them in a flat organization. All of this other slides build up to this positive intent. The leap of faith that you need to take is driven by having positive intent and assuming good things are going to happen. Okay, that was a lot of slides, but I think it gets to the heart of why pairing is important and that you should definitely pair on the first day. This has been Andreas Christensen with Technically Speaking at Source Allies. If you have a topic that you'd like to see covered, please comment down below. Check out sourceallies.com to learn more about us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.